there, save the victory roll. How's everybody doing? Is everybody excited about this Kaleidos release? I am excited about this Kaleidos release. See, I can't even speak, I am so excited. So please check my little unboxing first, and then we're gonna go into a get ready. I'm using the new Kaleidos palettes, the lip, and some other Kaleidos products as well. I've just finished the look, and yeah, I like it. You'll see what the experience was like using the lip clays and the eyeshadows. And yeah, if you want to see how we got this look and how this palette and this collection works, just keep on watching.
So blue, me pressing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all, I knew that you were mine. I'm in love with your hair, your lips, your silhouette in the moonlight shine. With my love, you won't ever be alone. My summer love, been waiting for you, my love. Completely a fool, been waiting for you, my love. Head over heels, I'm blinded by what I feel. My love is forever yours.
Hey, so I hope you enjoyed my unboxing of what I got in the Flower Punk collection, plus the tone activated eye primer that we're going to try today. I am so excited to test out this palette. I mean, come on, she be gorgeous. And yeah, just stunning. I'm so excited. I just stuck my finger in it. So there we go. There's the brownie color. Okay, so for the collection, as you will see from the unboxing, I have the Noir lip set. I bought the eyeshadow palette, and then I've got the tone activated eye primer. I'm going to try to keep as much Kaleidos as possible. So like foundation, powder, brows, or other products, I will list them down below if I remember. But I brought out all my Kaleidos brushes. I've got the Duo blusher. I have the contour bronzer kit. I of course got a highlighter, because who doesn't have all the Kaleidos highlighters? So we've got that, so we can play with that today. So since I did my base first, I think let's throw caution to the wind and let's finish our base first. So I'm going to show the products and use the products, but I might speed through it so we can go straight to the eyes, to focus on the eyes and focus on the lips. So I'm going to start right now with the light kit. So that's what it looks like there, and it has your little sheet in there that lists fill, shade, and chisel. And I'm going to be using, this came a new brush, one of the last brush sets that was out, so that's the brush that I've been using when I use their contour. So like I said, we're probably going to speed through this part. And there we go. We just did a little bit bronze contour, a little bit. I don't use a lot. I don't think I'm that good at it, but there we go. And then next we're gonna go into the Duo blusher. I got to the peach one. It looks like this. So it has a matte one, and then it has a shimmery one on top. So I like to use the shimmer a little bit more on the apples, and then this a lot alongside. And then again, we're going to probably speed through this as well. So here we go. and blush is on board. I tried to keep, because we want to focus again on eyes and lips, to try to keep more neutral shades. So when we now go on to the highlighter, I picked the Star Surfer, and that's that color there. And to me, it feels just a little bit more neutrally, so it shouldn't compete with any other colors. And then I've got from the first, I believe this is the, well, maybe not the first series, but the green set of Kaleidos brushes, and I really like their highlighter brushes. And then we're going to speed through this a little bit as well. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. I didn't bother doing a buff today because I picked all light colors and I think they blended in really nice for my face. So now we've got our face done and set. So now we can focus on the eyeballs. All right, so for primer today, I'm going to use the Tone Activated Primer, as I mentioned earlier. And I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some people really love it and some people hate it, and some people just, they got it and they're like, well, I don't use eye primers. So no problem, but I like eye primer, so I'm kind of excited to try it. I don't have a brush that I use from eye priming from the Kaleidos set, so I'm just going to use, again, my little cheapy one that I got from Sephora. And then let's pop a little bit onto our eye. Ooh, that's a bit runny. All right, I guess I'm used to my balm one, so let's see. So I don't know if they mean tone activated as your eyelid color, because it went on darker and it's now going on lighter, or if it's to help or if it will help match the tones to the eyeshadow. But I had one of my friends on YouTube, I'm one of her patrons. She had a little bit of trouble with the palette, and she was using the, oh, thanks for that. So that must be a fire truck and maybe ambulance. Sorry about that. She used the P. Louise base and she had trouble with the shadows, and then she used the P. Louise base again afterwards, making it a bit drier, and then the shadows worked better for her. And everybody, a few other people that I know have had no problems with this palette, and then a few other people's had a problem with the shade here or there. So I thought, to give it its best chance, let's use their primer, because you would hope that their shadows would work for their primer. I didn't have any real plan as to what I wanted to do for an eye look. I know that some people were having problems with the last green color in there, and I did think I heard somebody else having a problem with this darker pinky-ish brown shade. So I wasn't quite sure if I just wanted to stick to one side of the palette or the other. When I first saw this palette, the light greens and the dark were what spoke to me the most. So I think I am going to go and start with Earthship, and we're going to start with that dark color there. I'm going to use this more flat brush from Kaleidos to pack on some of the color. I always believe in a little bit at a time, but isn't packing on the product. Words, use your words. So let's try here. Well, it's going on pretty decently. The color is looking a little bit different than it is in the pan. A little bit, I want to say darker. I would do two different eye looks, but I have a AGM in a little under an hour, so one eye look it is. Okay, so now I'm going to take this fluffy blending brush here from Kaleidos, and let's see what happens when we do the blendy blend. That's blending out nicely. I don't seem to have problem so far. This is only a few seconds in here. I think I'm going to go and try and bring the shadow up a little bit. So I'm going to take, I don't have an angled brush in the Kaleidos collection, so I'm just gonna take this one from Colored Rain. I'm gonna pop that again into Earthship and then just try and bring shadow up. Oh, there it goes, oh, nice and intense. And then just bring my line over. All right, so let's fill in some more. Okay, I have to admit, it is a slight bit patchy when I'm adding more color, but I'm wondering if it's the wrong brush. So I'm going to take, let's take this one. So I'm gonna take this more fluffier brush, and I'm gonna take some on the brush there, and then just see if maybe a dense brush wasn't the right move for putting on and blending on more color. Okay, so using the fluffier brush did help a lot more. Still playing with color and shape here a little bit and blend. Yeah, it's definitely way better. So a denser brush maybe to pop the color on, but definitely something smaller or fluffier for blending it out seems to work better. But yeah, this definitely, compared to my other Kaleidos palettes, does take a little bit more work, but I am very much in love with this color, so I'm not afraid of a little extra work. All right, so we'll worry about cleaning it up a bit more in a little bit. So now let's plan what we want to do for our middle lid. And who's surprised that I ended up with the greens? Anybody? Anybody? I didn't think so. Okay, so for the next shade, let's go into the color Golden Age, which is the third one in from the end. And let's use that same packing brush again, and let's see if we're gonna have the same issue with that shadow. So we're gonna go in to Golden Age, and then let's just pop it into the next part of our eye here. Okay, this color already goes on better. So that's with the packing brush, and then I'm gonna again do the same trick. I'm going to take a fluffier brush, going to dip that in again, and then just see, just to blend, help blend the two shades. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then for the inner bit, let's go with the color Chlorophyll. So that's that first brighter shade. And again, I'm going to take that smaller, denser brush, just run it through the color switch. And then let's try that onto the more inner part of our lid. It goes on a little bit darker than what it shows in the pan, not as vivid. But it's still such a pretty shade. Oh, that could, I thought Earthship was my favorite, but I think this one is. Oh, that's so pretty. Yes, please. All right, that looks great. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to what? I'm going to take this little brush here, and I'm going to dip that into, what should I blend that into? I'm going to dip that back into Earthship, and then I'm going to try and do a little bit more of a blend on top here. Now that I placed it, I'm going to take a softer brush, and then let's just give that a bit more of a blend. Oh, there we go. Now I'm seeing a bit more of that brightness come through. You need to build it up a little bit. You do get that more of the brightness that you see in the pan. Still not exactly the same, but you definitely get more brightness when you build it up. So I'm liking that. Okay. So yeah, so far it needs a little bit more building with the Earthship color, but I'm liking that. So I'm just gonna go, before we go and do the under eye, I'm just gonna go and do the other eye off camera, and then we can do the bottom of the eye together. So that's what we got so far. All right, back in a sec. And we're back. So I went and I did the other eye and I just finished it up, and then we'll go over what I did on the other side really quick. I did find that it blended a little bit better because the primer had a little bit time to dry. So I think letting it dry a little bit longer really helps with the blend, because I find on this side it's definitely better than it was going on over here. So if you're using a primer, don't use too much, and then let it have 5 minutes or so to dry down, and then put the shadows on, and then they blend a lot better. And then I found right away I got color pay off more with the chlorophyll color. So that's what I recommend. Now for the bottom, I just repeated what I did on the bottom, or on the top. I did the dark color of Earthship, and then I did Golden Age. And then in the center, or for our highlight, I used the Sun Gazer. Another thing I found that worked really good, I didn't get any fallout and it got payoff right away, was I used the color and then I spritzed it, and that just seemed to really help it go on as well, as you'll see right here. That it goes on right away. No patchiness, no nothing. So, or try, if you don't like eye primer, then it might even work as well. So I might try that to see what it's like without eye primer. And then went into Golden Age. The brush was still wet enough, so that was fine. And then for our inner corner, we're going to Sun Gazer. So I dipped into that shimmery shade. So again, that's that one there. Gave it a spritz, and then we'll pop that into the inner corner. Look how nice is that? So pretty. So there we go. And then the other thing that I did after that was I took a little bit of my Berry M High Vis liner. I have it, hair on my nose, in this green, acidy green color, and then I just put that into the waterline. There we go. Like so. And then I just used my Spectrum Dark Matter mascara. And that's our eye look for today. Okay, so now that we've done our eyes, let's have a quick look at the lipsticks. And then we'll just put our nice magnetic lid back on. And there we go. Oh, even the back is super pretty. All right, so there is the little tin. So this is the Noir lip clays. There's 4 different colors. Hairs. So it looks like we've got a red color here. I didn't bring my glasses. Can I read that? Well, it's 01 anyways. And then let's see, what does that look like? So that is this pink shade. Let's swatch it. Yeah, so that is a pretty pink shade. Then the second one, I think these have names as well, but I'm just gonna go with their code number. This is the one that why I bought the kit for. So that is the, let's do it this way so you can see it a little bit better. The turquoise blue teal shade. Then number 3 is, so it looks to be like a brown shade. Yes, so there's just this rich brown shade. And then the final shade, I believe, is the red, number 4. And then I'll pop the names in the description box. And then that is the red shade. Feels really nice and creamy on the hands. Let me just quickly get rid of this hair that's making me crazy. Ooh, and that piece of mascara. Okay, so I think, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go with the color that I want, that I bought the set for. Let's do the teal. Have to take it off anyways after, because I don't, well, we'll see. Maybe it doesn't stain a mask because I have to go in for my AGM. So let's try that. When I tried to get the whole collection, it was pulled out of my cart, so I jumped back in. I added the palette, the lipstick, which was the most important thing that I wanted. I already had the primer in, and then I wanted to get the lip balm, but I forgot. And then I found out afterwards, if I would have waited a minute or two, they restocked the full kit. So I just have a regular Berry M lip mask on. This is a nice, moussey, soft formula. The lip tonic had also a soft feel, but this feels more creamier. So that's just with one dip in. It doesn't look like it's getting patchy or anything. So let's just see if this dries down while we talk about what we've learned. Okay, so again, I've watched a few different reviews, and a few people have been having issues with some of the matte shades, but no issues with the shimmery shades. From the ones I tested, the Earthship was the one that I did have a little bit of trouble with, but I only did the one half of the palette. We're gonna do the other half of the palette next time. But I think just a dry base to put it on is the best way to go. It definitely blends better when you have a drier base, and the colors seem to go on a bit brighter. So I do feel that this is blended better than this one, but it still turned out really good. I'll try another time with a, you know, more dramatic, some lashes and liner, but I think I like the look that I created. I'm gonna have no problem going to my meeting with this eye look, and I'll just put down in the description box or a pinned comment what I felt about the lip stuff after, but at the moment it is looking pretty good. I'll have to see what it looks like on video, but I think so far so good. So here we go. Here's the look. Here's our first, literally first play other than the unboxing of this product. I didn't swatch anything. I just wanted to pop her onto my eyelids. So there we go. There's my look. Hope you like it. Have you bought the palette or any of the products from the collection? Do you like Kaleidos? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. So I'm gonna go to my meeting now. So if you like the video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even click that notification bell. And if not, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can still talk music or makeup or life or anything that you'd like, because we're friends, right? All right, that's it. Have a good day.